Yes, disclaimer
But
done, yes.
since we're having fun with it, with the form it takes, with the shape it takes, and the 7 is definitely about fun, you are already connected with an arrow to type 1, which is the perfectionist or the reformer. The reformer really likes structure, organization, things to be perfect. Cross the T's, dot the I's. And once that is done and it's neat, they feel that there's this rewarding feeling. It's just fantastic. So an idea could be to build the framework of the book like a type 1 would do. Very organized, very beautiful. Just a chapter 1 to, just the numbers if you don't have any names yet. And the end, and then you have this whole structure built. And there's no content even except for what you've already written. Then having tapped into type 1, you will feel this gratification, this juicy feeling of, oh, nice, I did it.
Yes, see, I would absolutely skip that. I would skip that and go on, the head would, skip that and go on to, well, you haven't done anything about that, and a whole bunch of judgmental stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other side of the 1, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, that's the judge. Yeah, that's the not good enough, have to do better, etc.
Yes.
But for now, if we just dive into the nice stuff of the 1, because it's like a bucket that's so close to you that you can just easily reach into it and take out what's in there. And it's closer to you than other numbers are. So therefore, you can easily access it. So once you have done it, it's a bit of a trick, let's say, but it brings you into a certain flow. And the flow also is a lot of fun. It just feels really good. And you can really congratulate yourself because you've done the whole basic framework of the book already. So you could then go outside, play with the dog, read a book, have fun, and just, give yourself some rewards because you did it. And that usually in that very moment, the chapters start writing themselves. All of a sudden you see, oh, this is the last sentence of the book. And you just jot it down really quickly. Or you see, oh, there has to be a chapter about this and this and this topic. Yeah, it has to be there. And then
I know all this. It's all been forgotten.
Yeah. And then you get the curiosity. You want to know what's going to be in that chapter. And then it comes out of your fingers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And what really helps is that you've grown already into the type 5, the observer or the hermit. Because if you wouldn't be there yet, you wouldn't have any connection to the 5 yet, you would probably be too distracted by people, events, and things you have planned to really sit down and start writing. So 7s dislike pain and boredom. That needs to be avoided at all costs. Even if it's done with rationalizing or just distracting yourself with something else. How do you call it? If you make something sound better than it really is. I forgot the word now.
Exaggerate.
Yeah, exaggerate for sure. That's something the 7 would do. But it's, for example, if a project really didn't go well, it's completely messed up. And then the 7 would say, that was really great. We did well. And we've learned even more things to do even better next time. Yeah, I guess it's rationalizing. That's probably the word. Just to make it sound better than it really is. That's something that 7s tend to do.
I would do that with people.
Yeah.
I don't do that with myself.
No.
I would just judge myself.
Yeah, okay.
The hell out of myself. Tell myself I've failed.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that's the 1 invitation. The disintegration of the reformer.
Is it?
Yeah. Because type 1 is the judge. It's the judge judging the judge.
Yes.
Yeah. I should not be doing this.
Is there any correlation at all with the Briggs-Myers stuff?
Probably a bit. And I only know about 10% or so of the Myers-Briggs. I have read into it. I've also done the test. Myers-Briggs.
I got back. Oh, yeah. It's years since I've done that too. But all I remember about that was that I always thought of myself as an extrovert, actually, and which is how I would have interpreted the 7. But after I did that, and after some other things happened, I decided I wasn't. But I was an INF. I can't remember, something like that. So it was about intuition and I don't know. And I don't know if that changes either, but probably not.
Yeah, the core doesn't change. The only thing is, and you just showed me in the book, it's the health levels. If you look at those,
Yes.
the 9 health levels, that really makes a difference. And if you look at the top one, the number 1, that's actually self-realization. So there you can see for each Enneagram type how it would look.
I didn't actually understand that part. The level of liberation. Oh, I see.
Correct.
Level of psychological capacity, social value.
Yeah. So the more you go down, the more sick, you could say, or unhealthy the type is. And if you go to the lowest, you really go into psychopathology. So personality disorders, etc. And we all have them, so great. Is it narcissism for the 7? I forgot now. I don't know what it says in the 9, in the lowest one.
5, 6, 7 violation. Oh my goodness. Dissipated, abusive, rude, infantile, causing scenes, debauched, corrupting, intolerant. Yeah. Holy hell.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen overnight. So for that, really, it's a chemical imbalance. It's a trauma, like a severe abuse as a child or a severe alcohol or drug abuse. Then you could go there, but it is not something that just happens overnight to someone.
No. Yeah. Yes. I hadn't actually looked at these. They go down and down. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. And you can basically say that the only thing to remember is the healthier you are, the healthier, the more you are detached from the Enneagram type. And the more unhealthy you are, the more attached you are, which is basically what David is saying. That's the whole joke of it. And then there are levels in between.
Of astrology or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's where the tendencies go.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. And the more attached you are, the more you will defend it, the more you will blame the outside world for whatever's going on. And the more detached you are, the more you have this lightheartedness, serenity, you enjoy life, you don't mind what comes your way. And that's basically self-realization. But then in the shape and form of a 7, which is it's pure joy and abundance. Nice. Yeah.
And I studied numerology for a while. Like if I study something, it has to be in depth. I have to go and learn, or it doesn't matter what if I'm buying something, I'll research where other people just I do all my. But I did study numerology, which I found very interesting. And I've got a lot of 5 energy, which is change, adventure, travel, which is kind of similar in a way. And I always saw myself like that. I mean, my theme song for many years was, you may not know it, but it's Wildflower. It's a song that Dolly Parton and someone else, I don't know who sang it, but it's all about being born in a field where I didn't belong, and eventually the field set me free, or whatever it was, and I hitched a ride with the wind, and a wildflower survives because it doesn't care where it grows. And it's off seeking mysteries untold. And I get goosebumps talking about it. Nice. And I said, I traveled, and sometimes I've lived full time in my RV. Sometimes now I bought my own little house a while ago. But it's always change, adventure, travel. I've always seen myself like that, which kind of fits with the 7, I suppose.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Adventurous.
If it gets out of whack, it's a different story, but
yeah.
So I could use that. That's very interesting. So I will look at that, because I've just looked at it as the big picture and this big, huge buffet. And you can't write about everything. I mean, you've got to narrow it down. There's a big buffet table. You can't eat it all.
No. Or you have to do a series.
Yes. Yes, and it's the thing that the words that I had. This is what I started back in 2015 or something, when I started with the drawing pads, and the words that eventually came to me were living power. I worked a lot with the I am energy. Eckhart Tolle exposed me to all of that, and I just followed him very intensely, and I learned all about his experience. And awakening experiences have always fascinated me. But Byron Katie's one, and then Steve Taylor wrote a book called The Leap, and he's a psychologist. I think he's one of them. But he studied all these people who had these awakening experiences at all different levels, who didn't know anything, who did, and what. And it's always fascinated me. And I thought, I want one of those. I've had my glimpses, as everybody does. When I started, I came across, it was on a feed of Eckhart Tolle's, I think, and someone had posted Rupert Spira talking, reading out his I Am meditation. And it is absolutely beautiful. It just bursts through everything. And he's since put it out in book form, and I've gone and read it, and it doesn't, how they don't have the same effect afterwards, yes, but it was just like, he just described I Am, just, if there is such a thing as a description. And that's what got me into the non-duality stuff. And then he explained in detail, it's like, so I'm not the body, I got all the theory of all that stuff, but I still feel like I'm the body, And he explained in detail how everything is senses, how the touch and the sight that's all we are, the body is. And one morning I just got it. It was as clear as a bell. It was shocking. There really isn't anything else here but all those thoughts and emotions and senses and touch and seeing and sight. That's all it is. And but then all the other stuff keeps coming up as it does. But that was really a powerful thing.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, the words living power. So it's like this power that the Demiurge has a lot of power, or we think it. I think it does.
I think it does. Yeah.
And and I thought, but the power of unity consciousness is incomparable.
Correct.
Yeah. So I kept writing. I started writing about this living power, and then the phrase came, and how absolute power corrupts absolutely, and all that stuff. But this is not that. This is, and it's alive, and then the words, the eternal raw ecstasy of infinite possibility came to me.
Wow.
And I thought, someone said to me, you have to write about that.
Oh yes.
So I started that in my Substack. I did start doing that, and then I let whatever it was stop me. But so I still think that that's my kind of theme.
Oh yeah,
somehow.
I can see it. Yeah, it's also I just see it, how it's coming out of you. The passion, and it's real. Yeah.
It is.
Can I ask you something about the Rufus Spira?
Yes.
Thing you said, because the I Am meditation he did and how it touched you. If you look back right now, did you learn anything, or did you just recognize?
I just recognized.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He said, "Oh, you give me goosebumps again. I'm going to go dig that book out." But it was before he had it published, so he was reading it out loud, and I went and found it. It must have been a YouTube thing or something. I don't remember, but I went and I sent it to. I was like David at the beginning. I sent it to everybody, and nobody understood it. But I would listen to that at night before I went to sleep. It was just, and don't ask me what it says. I've no idea.
Exactly.
It was sort of like I am everything and I am nothing type of thing, but it wasn't. I don't know. I don't remember a single line from it.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it will be when you write.
I remember Eckhart Tolle talking about his books. I used to listen to all sorts of his stuff, and he was talking about. I never read, what was his first one? The Power of Now. I never read, I've never read that. But I started out with A New Earth, because he starts out with when the first flowers arrive on planet Earth, and the flowering of consciousness, and that's the flowering of the new Earth, and it just that also rang because I'm a wildflower person, but he was talking about books, and he said some books, if they are written from consciousness, beingness, whatever, presence, as he would say, the word lives on. It just
Right.
you can tell when you read some of those things. And his book, I will still pick up. His book is the most read book I possess, and it's got marks. And I did the Oprah thing that they did together, and it's like a little holy book to me. And I will still pick it up, and everything he said is still true. It's just I have a different understanding now,
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I don't know where I was going with all that. So the living power, I used to say I am the living power. And then as I learned more about non-duality, it's like, well, that's being dualistic in a way, because I am not anything. I just am. I am.
Mm-hmm.
I am. And then you play with the words, and I am living power. It still comes back to that. I even have a domain name. I think it might be Living the Power I Am, that I haven't done anything with, but I've just kept it.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
But it rings true, though. When I hear you say it, it rings true. It is what it is.
Yes.
It's true. And as long as you know who and what you really are, there is no need for Advaita police, as I call it. Like some people start like, oh, I can't say I, and I shouldn't say this.
Yes, that's good. Yes.
Yeah.
Because we're still in the world of duality, and it's as Rupert would, I learned that from him first, as he would say, you consent to the communication form, and
Good one.
yeah.
But also, since we are walking around in this world, with our avatar, and we have our experiences, I don't want to be locked up because people think I'm crazy. So I'm not gonna talk in a third person or pretend someone else isn't there or something like that.
It's an understanding, really, isn't it? That's what Francis Lucille always says. It's not an understanding intellectually, but an understanding that you get. Yeah.
Yeah, and that you just remember.
Yes.
It's really just like, oh, not the head, because the head will be like, no, I don't remember. I don't know. I never heard this before or whatever. But it's deeper. Something in you is like, yeah. It's coming back. It's coming back. Yeah, I already knew this. And then know you're on the right track, or on the right track.
Yes, that's very good. But then it's living it. Actually, something that you were, I don't know, I don't know, something about it's integrating it into your daily life, isn't it? It seems to me to be still the challenge. One of the things that I did want to ask you or run by you is that I guess it's a distraction or an invitation or whatever, but it's illness. I've had all kinds of, mostly not serious. I mean, I've had to have knee and hips replaced, but they're joints, they're not organs or anything.
Yeah.
And but I still keep getting things. There's always something going wrong, and that right there is a story in itself, which I recognize. But when you're not feeling, when the body is feeling under the weather and this fatigue and stuff like that, I find that really hard to remember and go back to the beingness. It's like, that's to me one of the bigger challenges at the moment.
Yeah, makes total sense. And it's also one of the biggest invitations, the body, because even a small virus can just floor you completely. You can't eat, you can't nothing. All of these things can and do happen, which true. So, but I don't want to downplay any of it, right? Because that's quickly how it could sound, like, oh, it's just a body and blah blah. So that's not my intention at all.
No.
What I do is, in those moments, so that is physical, like illness or pain, but I also do it when I feel like there's a mind attack going on. You know, you get your good old story, or you're you're not good enough, or whatever, or the or you know, situation arises that really tests you, like an invitation. That is, do I still exist? Like, just really, do I exist? Yes, no doubt. Am I aware that I exist? And I already I feel it like this. The moment I'm just checking, am I aware that I'm existing?
I'm gonna scribble that down. I am, and I am aware.
Yeah, it's as simple as it sounds, but if you go there, if you really test it, you know, you get it already. You see what I mean? And then I always have this bliss following. It's this delightful, I don't know if you can call it Ananda, you know, the Satchit Ananda, being, consciousness, bliss. But the third one always comes by, and I just saw it in you. It just, you get it for free. It's like a bonus thing. You know, are you checking if you exist? Oh, here you go. Here's the gift of existing.
Oh no, that's perfect. And that's, I haven't done that. You know, the fatigue, there's been a pattern of late with sinus pressure. It's not an infection, but and fatigue that comes in the late afternoons, and it actually, more than anything, it pisses me off. Because then I don't have the energy to do anything. I'm and all those stories. But I am, that's so funny you should say that. Francis Lucille, who I had followed a lot after I got introduced to him from Rupert Spira, he always says, what can you be certain of in life? And one, I exist, and two, I'm aware. And I'm aware just exactly how you just said it. And I have done that in the past, but I haven't done that when I've had that. Yes. It just bounces you right back. It's
right away.
Like, pops you up into the upper level again.
Absolutely. Without any exception. Of course, if you only do it as a game, a mind game, an exercise, it won't work. We all know that. But if you really, really go there, or you turn it around, you're like, okay, let me try not to exist. Okay, I will not be aware now. You know, really try hard, like no more awareness.
Oh, I haven't done that either. That's good.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's ridiculous. You can't. So it's reverse enlightenment, or it's reverse non-enlightenment, basically. Try to not be enlightened. Okay, I'm not existing, and I'm definitely not aware. It's completely ridiculous.
I know. It's just
you can't do it.
No, you can't. Of course you can't. No, that's very good. I like that.
Yeah. So that's a lot of fun, really. And then what you can tell the mind to shut up is, this too will pass. I know it's an old quote, it's used a lot, but it's really, especially with illness, fatigue, things like that, it's always true. But sometimes the mind is like a child that needs to be sort of calmed down, put to bed, you know, because it's pulling your skirt or your trousers.
It does. That's right.
And then sometimes it helps, like a lullaby. I just say, hey, this too will pass. And it's like, oh yeah, that's true, because it always passes, right? Whatever it is, it always goes.
It does.
So
it does.
Yeah. So that helps a little bit for the mental part of not feeling too good. Yeah.
This too shall pass.
Mm-hmm.
It's true of anything, isn't it? Can't be any other way. Okay, I've got a question. That's the illness thing. So that is just, do you think that my thoughts about that have been that they're invitations often? That, I mean, I've got osteoarthritis throughout my body, and joints flare up, and they told me the other day I needed a new shoulder, and I thought, no, I don't. But that kind of stuff, you know, so the way I look at that is, the more aware I am, the more good energy comes through my body. And what will be, if I have to have a shoulder somewhere along the line, I have to, but I don't, it's not my intention. And but the other things, like, you know, head fatigue and head things, and I've had a lot of gut issues, and I just feel like they're invitations. Can they just be pure invitations? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, you know, you eat the wrong things, you're going to get the wrong reaction in the body, but I've learned that too.
Yeah.
But yeah. I
don't know if you haven't had it before, but sometimes, you know, I can wake up and I have a headache.
Yes.
And then something happens, I'm distracted, and then I forget about the headache, and then it's gone. you know.
Yes.
And I think like that it can also happen. Again, disclaimer, not downplaying anything, and I'm not saying, you know, but I mean, it's been known to happen also with really serious illnesses, right?
Yes, there was something, and I started reading the WhatsApp feed, and there was a little, I don't read it all the time, but there was a big thing where people were talking about that. It was, and it reminded me of, it's a big long story, but in 21, I had my knee replaced, and I had terrible pain afterwards, just really mean, and it went on for probably a couple of months. And at one point, got the doctor's prescribing things got muddled up, and I was running low on oxycodone, which was the only thing that would stop it. Yeah. So I was down to 2 pills at 4 o'clock a day instead of 3 or 4 times a day, you know. And I would wait till 4 o'clock, take my pills, because it was just a blackness. It was heavy. Wow. The pain was just 4 o'clock. I take my pills, and I knew I had about 3 hours to do whatever I needed to do, and I'd be okay, and then it would all come back again. And then I did a meditation one day. It was one of Rupert Spira's. He does these amazing things where it just dissolves the whole body, and there was something from Muji about love. I just listened to a couple of things, and I must have just gone to one of those places, and I came back, and I'd taken my pills, and I waited for the pain to come back. It never came back, ever. Ever. And they prescribed 100 oxycodone for me finally, and they're still in my closet because I don't want to go through that pain again, but I never had another. So I know that's possible.
Yeah, it is.
It's just, it was, I know I've got the date, May the 17th, 4 o'clock, 2021.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. So I answered my own question there, but still that was, I just feel sometimes that just invitations that they get thrown at me so that I can't do what I'm.
Yeah.
Do you think that? Yeah. A logical.
Yes. And that is why I was so happy when I spoke to David, and I had no idea he would even know anything about, you know, the predatory side of this planet. I just thought we were talking about self-realization, effortless being. And then in my first interview or first conversation with him, I mentioned something like that it sometimes looks satanic, you know, how the world. And he really went for it. And he went in.
That's right, he did.
Oh my God, I'm not crazy, you know. And then he started talking about the Demiurge and things like that.
Yes.
Of course, I can't prove it. I can't prove that, you know, there's no scientific, like, here it is, Demiurge, date of birth, etc. Doesn't exist. But when he sort of confirmed it, and he talked about agnosticism, etc., I just also recognized I see that that's kind of true. This whole predatory thing, this sending of invitations, because there is no other point to it then, which makes sense to me. Energy harvesting, for whatever reason that is going on, and it's definitely happening through illness, fatigue, energetic. You know,
now I got at the top of my list to ask you some more about the Demiurge, and I don't know that I understand about energy harvesting.
Yeah, it's very, very similar to what Eckhart Tolle calls the pain body.
Yes.
So again, I could be completely wrong with what I'm saying, right? I'm just saying from experience what I've noticed. And I combine it with what David has told me.
Yes, yes.
Sort of, you know, he can really well explain from his knowledge what someone else is just experiencing. So the energy harvesting, I don't know if you ever saw the Conscious TV interview where he was sort of making a small remark about we think we're at the top of the how do you call it? The
intelligence.
You have you know, animals eating the leaves, then you have animals eating the insects, etc., and it goes up and up the chain.
Yes.
What do you call it? I forgot the word now.
Evolutionary kind of.
Yeah, no, but it's really the who eats who, and then there's one on the top, which is we always think it's the human being, which is the one on top because of the cognitive skills we have, etc.
Yes.
And he sort of, you know, like it's nothing. He just mentioned like, oh yeah, well, we think we are, but that's not really how it is. And then I was like, what are you saying here?
Oh.
And that is basically what I also recognize. There seems to be some sort of entity, energy field, you name it,
Yes.
that is feeding off of our energy because it has no energy of its own. And energy is created, negative energy,
Yes.
by, anger, disappointment, anxiety, worry,
Yes.
stress, sadness, you name it. So for some reason that's how it appears to be. You just have to look at watch the news, look at the world around you for a big part. So if it's not happening in real life to people, it happens in their mind and they make themselves miserable and each other. That's definitely happening. You can just see it.
Energy that's being projected out.
Correct. So it's generated. The more you worry, the more you get stuck on a thought, the more, and then you start being snappy at your husband, or you're being unfriendly to the person in the store, and then it continues, right? And for some reason, you always feel depleted. Correct? You had such a reaction, or you went into the mind.
Oh, it drains the hell out of
and
me.
it completely drains you. So in that sense, that's my proof. I would say that something is feeding off of my energy. It's just taking it away. And to get more and more of it every day, it uses social media, big pharma, you name it, politics, all of that. That appears to be kind of true. That's just, when he said it, I was like, okay, I totally see that. I really recognize that. And the pain body of Eckhart Tolle is also, yes, it's similar. It sounds a bit more personal, which nothing ever is, but
I know, and I never really got into the way he talked about the pain body, but I just never really.
You have something called the latent tendencies. That it's I think it's called samskaras in the.
Yeah. Oh yes.
And for some reason, I think something has. Well, it could be genetic, like it's in your DNA, right? Some things you just sort of inherit from parents, etc. Other things are some things that have made a huge impression on you as you were growing up. Some punishment, some being ridiculed, having been so angry, people laughing at you, something like that. It really hit home.
Yes.
And those are the things that sort of start building a pain body, I think.
Yes.
And where that's connected to the Demiurge, I don't know if it's the same or not. It's probably overlapping in a way. But
it's all energy, isn't it?
It's energy, yeah. But before and also after self-realization, this is where the personalized invitations come from. Because you may get a thought, not likely, but it could happen, that I don't care about. Most thoughts are universal, and they're like, nobody loves me, or there's never enough money. Most people will be like, yeah, so true. But it could be that you get a thought that I'm thinking doesn't touch me at all, and I'll go ahead and make breakfast because it doesn't matter. But it really touches, or the other way around, right? It could be a thought that I'm worrying about, and I'm like, if you don't worry about this, you will die, and you will be like, I've been here for a couple of years. I never worried about this. I'm still alive. That's also something you learn with the Enneagram. The sixes are typical warriors.
With you.
Yeah, that just happens, and that is what's meant with the personalized invitations. But still, they are only invitations. But because they are personalized, they aim for maximum impact. They want to grab you. They want you to have your full attention. They want to make you believe you're not self-realized, you didn't get it, or you first have to solve this and this and this in order to have time, peace, and space to see your nature. Well, that's basically how it works. But
yes. I'd always thought, and I'm sure but I'd always had this idea that there wasn't a devil out there as such, but that because we're all energy, everything is energy. I sort of understood that every single thing is energy in some level or kilohertz or whatever it is. Everything is energy, and so there's, just like you're talking about, there's the darker and the lighter, and so that it's also magnetic. So like attracts like. So if I've incorporated a belief of not being enough, then that's going to attract that there. That's how I've which, and then I did quite a bit of Abraham work for a while too, with Esther Hicks and Abraham, that channeled work, she was in the secret right at the beginning, and then they took them out. But anyway, that's all irrelevant. It's law of attraction stuff. And so I sort of, when I learned about the Demiurge and stuff, it's like, well, that's just like a big ball of yarn all tangled up together with these energetic thoughts that are all revolving around. But somehow that was out there. It wasn't I don't know. I had it separated somehow.
Yeah, and it's separate, but at the same time it's not, because there's nothing outside of yourself. So it's also made of what we are out here made of. But how I sometimes see it is like you're looking through a filter, through a lens. It can be the Demiurge lens, and then everything you see is basically
colored by that.
It's colored by it. It's tainted by it.
Yes.
But then it's probably just a way of speaking, right? But then you can do this. You look the other way, and it's gone.
Oh, that's good.
It's gone because it's only appearing in you. It has no power whatsoever.
Yes.
It's like a stone in your shoe, a pebble in your shoe.
What you are is looking there that is doing what you're saying, is stirring up the thoughts. There are thoughts there that are stirring up the not enough deal and all the rest of it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's what you turn away from, not what's in the bank.
Exactly. And then usually some solutions come up to fix also the thing on the screen, but that can never be the agenda of finding who you are. Because if that's also something that I don't like about the old law of attraction. If there's like a motivation behind it, which is I want more money, or I should be happy, I want a partner.
Yes.
And if you're using self-realization to get there, in my experience, it never works.
That's good. I've never heard it put that way. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And then I think still, aside from what I just said, I still think manifestation works probably, because also people who have no interest in non-duality, they just practice it, and their life appears to get better, but I just don't know if the real satisfaction from inside is there.
No, because it's what they're focusing on, and they have the focus has power. So that, yes, I hear that too.
Yeah.
But yes, you can't. I have heard that before, but I've never thought about that. You can't use, because I think, oh well, if the more aware I get, the better it'll be for my body, which is probably true. But
it's true. Yeah, it's also true. That's the paradox.
That's the wrong motivation.
Correct. Yeah. So yes, it's true and it's not true at the same time. Yeah.
Yes.
We did touch upon manifestation, the pros, cons of it, etc. But one part of that must be manifestation in a way is what Byron Katie always says.
Yes.
Whenever you think it can't get any better, it has to. That's the law.
Say that again.
So every time you think life cannot get any better than this, it does. And that's the law.
I remember that part. Yes.
Yeah, and it's so true. I fully confirm. Absolutely.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I loved how you wove that into your book. That was awesome. I actually got my drawing pad out and did a whole, because I used to do a lot of her stuff, and I'd been to her. Yeah, she's amazing.
Yes, really.
And it's so true. It's like, is it true? It's that simple, really.
It's that simple. Yeah.
But I liked how you did it, and you put it and had the turn. I don't remember how that at all now, but I liked how you took that, and it's like, and you used the Enneagram, and it's like, well, you can use these other things. It doesn't have to be all straight non-duality talk.
As long as non-duality is the core of it, the essence.
Yes, exactly.
But don't play around with anything else. Like, for example, the work, I don't do it anymore with people if it's like about money, or they're annoyed about people in traffic. We could, it's nice, it's fine, but you can do that for the rest of your life and after. But if you do the work on non-duality,
yes, wow, yes, no, that was awesome.
It really works.
That was, and I have to go and look up my page again, but it was very good. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, so that was really helpful, especially the thoughts that hamper you, like I'm not good enough, or it's not me, or it's it happens only to special people, or if you had this realization, that then you get the thoughts, no, it wasn't real, or this and this happened, or I don't like this and this person. All of these things, you can also easily do the work on those, and it brings you right back.
Yes,
right
no,
back.
it's yes. I did journals full of her work back in the day, but you did it. The way you presented it was great.
It was real, It was real examples. That's why it just happened as I was writing the book, and I was like, okay, this needs to go in.
Yes.
That's it.
See, well, now you've got me inspired. I'll go and start my structure.
Yeah, that's so nice. I just see it in front of me. I kind of see the frame and the paper and the color.
Yes, and that's why I like my big drawing pads, because I use OneNote on my computer. I use that all the time. OneNotes, I don't know if you know what that is, but it's so I've got so many, and I thought I'll start over again, and then it just gets overwhelming, all the little bits and pieces I've got. So anyway,
what also helps if you are the client, like you're the reader instead of the writer. That also helped me sometimes. So as I was sitting down, and the thoughts came, who are you to write a book? Right.
Yes.
And,
yes. It's all already been said, and
exactly, it's all been said already, and blah, whatever, all of these things, or you get the feeling like, oh, I'm back into the person, or I just got angry at something, so therefore I'm not entitled to write a book.
Yes.
Perfect.
That's a good one. Yes.
Great. Yeah. So what I was doing was like, can you, whoever, please write something in the next chapter that will pull me out of this, and then it came. So it basically was written for me. And sometimes even when I get a mind attack, I open my own book, which is completely weird. But then since I forgot what I written anyway, it's just like with David's book or any of the others, no matter where you open them, you get the right. Yeah, you know it. Yeah.
Yes.
And it pulled me out of, of moments of
That's
stress.
very good.
Yeah,
that's very good. And I've done that. I've got, in fact, I saw something I'd written recently where I'd gone, that I can do that going back through some of my drawing pad pages, because they're mostly inspirational, or that, or when I go and read some of my stuff that I've written on Substack or something, and it's like, it's like, oh yes, and then it's like, oh, but you could be doing more of this.
Oh yeah. Isn't it nice? The psychopath voice.
Yes.
It's a bugger. Yes. It is this football commentator in the head. Yeah. But then really this one I can really recommend. Like, give me something, as if you're asking ChatGPT, kind of, but it's you. So,
Yes, no, that's good. That's good.
Write something, write a chapter that next time this happens to me will pull me out of it. And then it just comes out. And before you know it,
very good.
The chapters are created rather than a writer sitting somewhere controlling the process. For me, that didn't really work.
Yes, right. You could be a good coach.
Thank you.
Yes. No, but that's yes, that's good.
Any other questions that you wrote down or that came up before?
No, I think we might have.
Yeah.
Pretty much covered that. The other odd little thing that I wonder, I heard you ask on one of those conversations, ask David about how when you're doing meditation type things, you can experience being and then the world being in you, but when you're in your car, you found it difficult. And I think about that sometimes, and I think, but so it's all being, but it's coming through this body.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to see the world inside the way I'm experiencing it through this body.
Yeah.
Because
the trick is you see the body in it. And because you see the body, it's not, it's actually, the car is one where it's easy for me, because in the car, it's kind of faking the state you are in already always anyway, which is you're never moving. So you are never moving, and things are just passing by, and that's the same in the car. That's why I love driving also. But where it was difficult indeed is with like strangers or people at work, groups of people, and the majority has nothing to do with non-duality. They're not interested. You know,
Yes.
It's a different vibration also.
Yes.
Which can be very difficult sometimes. And then it was like, you know, I'm doing something wrong, or I'm not realized because I see things I dislike. And then what also David said is they just appear within you, as does a tree, a plant, a dog, a car, whatever. And that is very true. They are just shapes and forms, patterns appearing and disappearing. But it doesn't mean that Romy is real and they are not, obviously, because Romy is also one of the patterns. That I'm aware of.
That the focal, the awareness is just aware of this particular focal point at this time.
Exactly. But also, and the not visual, that can be a bit more tricky because that's also closest to the mind, I think. But if you like sounds and hearing, that's also always working, because if you close your eyes and you listen to the sounds, you cannot ever say where your boundary is. Impossible.
No, I know that's true.
That's beautiful. True. And that's an immediate recognition always. If you need a little jolt back into it.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
I have a massage therapist who does she does crystal bowls first and at the end, which are just absolutely and I call it dissolving. I just dissolve. I cannot feel the edges of my body. I dissolve out into
great.
She's got a beautiful touch and she uses oils but I dissolve. I love that word.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we also like, you know, to feel the body. Not necessarily contracted, but contracted enough to touch and feel. And
you would have thoughts at times of, I'm not realized I can't be doing this.
Yes.
Because I have that a lot. I think, well, no, I'm not there yet. And I know that's a lie, but it's like I don't have the awareness in the same way that you do, is what the invitation says.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah,
it's definitely an invitation. But that's the thing. I want this to be really accurate and true and you know, authentic, because the years before this sort of self-realization moment, there, you know, there could have been also thoughts like, oh, I think I get it, and then I lost it, and I get it, and I lost it. So what makes the difference? You know, what is the difference here? But it was really the very clear recognition of that I am it already, and followed by the direct looking. And once you have seen it, you can't unsee it anymore.
No.
You can't.
No.
And to test even further, because we did the 1 and 2, which is you're aware that you exist. But the third one is also, once you're resting as that, you have seen it, you have felt it, you know, it's vibrating. It's this delightful alignment, you know it. Then to truly check where Beverley is, like really to check, like find her, like really find her. There must be somewhere, and that is just that's so much fun.
That's good.
It's really so much fun. Those are the 3 things, and then the sound thingy also helps, but that one sort of polished it off, because otherwise it could be little thoughts lingering somewhere that may hit you again at 3 a.m. in the morning as the body wakes up sometimes in the middle of the night, like, haha, I'm here. This was all BS. You know.
Yes, no, that's good.
You have to do the exercise, so to speak, to really go in your toes, in your belly, in your breast, in your eyes, well, here especially, because that's somehow where we think we are. And to really look, and there's no little person, you know, with a joystick.
No, that's good. That's very good. Rupert Spira had a whole series of transparent body, translucent mind, or it might be back the other way around, but of meditations. And that one of them, I might go and dig them out, was you go in and there's no into your skull, and there's no eyeballs, and there's no this, and there's no, he's very good at doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's very good. I'll remember that.
Because it's first-hand experience, right? This is not made.
Yes, that's right. No, that's right.
You just see it right then and there. And you don't have to make it up. You don't have to imagine anything. You just test it right then and there. Is it true or not?
And that was my experience that I had when I realized that there really isn't. Because when you touch and you feel and you see, you think, well, there is a body here. Mm-hmm. But it's only the senses that are telling you that.
Yes.
And that was yes, that's right. Right. Yeah. I've done it.
And that one we don't really know. I still have all my limbs, but I'm quite sure, because you also know people maybe lost a limb.
Yes.
They didn't lose anything at all. There's nothing different about them at all. It's not that they're 80% all of a sudden or 70%.
No, that's good. That's very good. Yep, that's good.
So I want to refrain from doing it like cutting all the thing, but that's already kind of a proof as well. It's not who we are. It's a good one. I heard also someone else said it. It's like if you're suffering, you have sickness, illness, whatever's going on in the outside world, are you ever less than 100% aware and existing? Like, is it? Oh, I really feel like shit today. I'm like I'm 50% present. That's so funny.
I've never thought about it like that either.
Never, ever. Even if you're being tortured in the basement, it's like, oh yeah, now I'm only, I stopped existing. No. Yes, there can be unconsciousness, all of that, anything. Obviously. Things can happen, but it doesn't
change anything.
No, and if this is what you really are, it really truly has never been touched by anything. And it can't ever be by anything.
No.
Yeah. Bring it on then. Yeah.
That damn mind.
Yeah.
Damn mind, that mind that tortures. I've often said when I was having some depression, I learned a lot about catching it before it went bad by changing my thinking. Yeah. But that's I don't go there anymore. But thinking is.
It is. Yeah. The only, I think in my experience, the only thing in between, knowing who you are and not, or suffering and not suffering, it really is.
Yes.
It really isn't. Yeah.
Yes.
Innocent belief in a thought.
Yes. What a silly thing to do. All these thoughts.
Yeah. But then careful that the judge doesn't come in through the back door.
Yes, I know.
Silly you thinking things.
Yes, it's
kick in the butt as well to that one.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Everything just is. This is this.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah, it is so cool. It's always fresh. It's always new. It's never boring, which is great for you. For the 7. Kidding. But it's always new.
That's true.
It's always new.
And I've got so sick of doing all the analyzing over the years and everything. It's like, what? And then that's been a question more recently. So then you become self-realize, and then what? Well, now what? And there's been that thought that's sort of come up. But I had this sense that there's a really exciting world out there, and I want to get into it.
Yeah, exactly. And it will come your way. And otherwise, it's carrying water, chopping wood. That's
that too. That's right.
That's one. All of those quotes. All of a sudden, I was like, "Oh, this is what it means."
Washing the
simple.
dishes.
Exactly. So whatever comes in front of you, all of a sudden, is also exciting. Like even washing the dishes.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
And also being with your pets, animal, etc. Sometimes it can be like, I have to go for a walk again. It's the time, or I don't feel like, but. That's gone. You're like, oh, how exciting! And then they know it, they feel it, and they have an even better time with you. Yeah, it's beautiful. And sometimes I also look at my dog, and then if you remove the label dog, what the hell is looking back at you?
Yes, yeah,
It's so
very good.
exciting.
Yes, yes, yes.
Ah,
You know,
oh,
that's true. He'll sometimes sit and just look at me,
yeah,
and I'll think, what are you looking at? And he just this is just it's not the stare that's hungry or wants
no,
to go out. It's just looking.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's really presence
Yeah.
awareness looking back at you in a
Yes,
different
yes,
shape.
I hadn't thought about it like that, but that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you literally have God on your lap. Yeah.
Yes. Not a dog, God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good.
It's really true. Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful.
Oh, very good. Oh, well, that's wonderful. Thank you, Romy.
Yeah, you're
I
so welcome. I
appreciate
enjoyed
that.
it. Yeah, I really enjoyed it a lot.